Hi, everyone. I'm starting my podcast again, and I thought, you know, let's start my podcast with, a topic that's, I think, the talk of the town, or I think people want to know about it. It is how to identify red flags in a guy and a girl you're, talking to if you're in a dating app, or, somebody just randomly pinged you on Facebook or Instagram, and, they're chatting with you. How do you identify the red flags? Okay, so let's talk about the first red flag. Now, I've been on dating apps for almost like 4 years before I met my guy. So, I've been on Bumble, Tinder, the Christian dating app, you name it, I was there. So, the first red flag is if someone asks you for money. Trust me, if they're asking you for money, that's the biggest red flag. No matter how much you know that person, no matter, you know, how many weeks you've been chatting with that person, the moment they ask you for money, like, the moment they ask you for money in different forms, they might say, you know what, oh, I am struggling. I need money for medical bills, or, send me a gift card, or, what, recharge my phone. You know, don't do that because that's the starting point. The moment you give into that request, they will ask you time and again about it. Trust me. That's one red flag that I find very common. Even when I was, watching a lot of catfish videos on YouTube, Facebook, you know, girls tend to be a little empathetic, and and in and in general, people tend to be empathetic, and they tell you a sad sob story that I'm struggling, or my parents are sick, or something like that. And you're just like, oh, let's just help them, and you just go ahead and help them. I insist, do not give in to that request. Trust me, that's like the starting point. And they will try to emotionally blackmail you. Blackmail in the sense they'll try to manipulate you, say that, oh, you can't do this much for me, we've been talking for so many days, we've been talking for so many weeks, and all of that. But do not do it. Do not do it. Nobody asks a stranger for money, and nobody gives money to a stranger. And I say this, like, even if you're talking to a person like 6 months, 1 year, until you trust that person, you literally, researched, and you know that that person is genuine, that person is real, that's when you do it. Otherwise, you do not do it. Trust me. Do not do it. So, this is the first red flag that I think people should look out for. If you know any other red flags that you want me to talk about, comment in the comment box and watch out for the next episode where I'll be talking about another red flag. Until then, see ya, toodles!